I have to agree. If they can pick up quite a few rounds, if they can get themselves into a stable concoction, position, whatever you want to call it, they might actually still win this. But it's a long way to go. It's a long way before they can reach that one point and that one spot. And as we can see right here, right now, it is going to be a bit of an A play. Jumpy, though, is already going to be getting Yampy, excuse me, not Jumpy. He's already going to head himself the entry. It is one man to fall MHL. Yetka spots from Crossroads, but he's not really in a position where he can do much damage or at least change anything for the better too quickly. As for the moment, we are looking at a pretty calm beginning out of, I guess you could say, out of x-kom as well as SJ. They're kind of turning it around, though. It's looking like a proper A execute with two players coming through Ivy, but I love the fact x-kom is taking charge. They're going to be peeking Ivy. Please see this stomp. Oh, missing his shots, not even connecting at all. All of a sudden, things turn wildly, or more so take a bit of a wild turn. This is certainly not positive anymore. 3 players left. They have to get this in their hands. They have to start winning this. Otherwise, they're looking at a very quick turnaround, potential loss. Oof. KRN. So little damage, though. Look at this. x-kom, they literally dealt less than 50 damage on all 5 players.
Yeah, and with Arvid down toward Ivy, already they know of at least one. Finally, a kill to come through. Yampy, though, jumping inside of the smoke with his teammate. Yedka somehow not dead, still surviving on 16 points of health. Finally gets put to the dirt, and Kern spots the last man as well. I think Raver trying to adjust to him, but Sadix finds the final kill already, starting out successfully for x-kom. Oh, sorry, for SJ as they take the first pistol round, and x-kom again, they should be going for a force. Yep, they definitely are. This is the type of buy that I want to see in second round train. It's definitely map dependent on which on whether you go for a force or not. Train is definitely one of those that can provide, especially with the scouts that these two guys have picked up, which can definitely be a great impact. But again, this should be somewhat more of a solidified round for SJ. Get themselves stable already on that T side. But Raver, he'll start off well with the first frag onto Yampy.
Yeah, this is a decent beginning, especially since they have 2 scouts. They can tag onto those players, kind of soften them up a little bit, give them a chance to actually fight later on. But it's going to be Arvid that refrags immediately, as the Yetka's already low. You know, he can't really get far. Arvid gets down to 30, though. It's Stomp is going to hit one more. That's actually perfect. This is going to stabilize things a little bit for the CT, certainly since Zarty has an UMP and he has to go close range in order to win this. But, oh, Karen, what a reaction shot. Now back to 2 players in back 6. They're both taking a few pot shots of damage, but not really able to take down Karen at all. Although it is still a man advantage kept by x-kom, but there's the one that I was waiting for. Stomp on scout. You can always count on him being as dangerous as they come, although this could get out of hand still. It's a 1-on-2, and Zarty, he's got an AK and full HP, and oof, MHL, if he peeks and dies, at least he tags him.
Yeah, definitely. There's damage done, at least 40 seconds left. Mono having the idea that he potentially is heading down toward that B-bomb, sort of toward the back lines of CT. This is actually really smart from Exarty right now. He's holding off, and Mono is surely going to walk past this position, maybe not even checking it. And as soon as he goes for that peek right now, 25 seconds left, so there is time. Exarty even aware of where this final man could be, and as he looks to swing toward this position, Mono surely dead, and definitely is a 1 versus 3 that goes in the favor of Zarty, and all thanks to that AK he picked up a second round going to SJ.
A full force buy by x-kom, not working out. And this is actually a pretty big blow to them overall. This is Train, we're talking about a map that is very hard to play indeed, but in an honest position. I mean, as the T team, if you're able to pick up 5-6 rounds early on, perhaps with a single round to your opponent, you're still in an excellent spot. And 2 rounds to kick off the series, or more so the second map, is perfect. It's pretty much the best way to kick this one out. Although Raver will find himself an entry, that's actually pretty decent. They've got only pistols and pretty much no Kevlar, actually. So this could go either way still if they are able to secure at least 1 or 2 more kills. Although, well, I guess we shouldn't digress. We shouldn't tell lies. This is pretty much a done deal almost. Arvid, Yampy, and Karen might be low, but the Mech 10s can run around the map and shoot, while the pistols are not even close to capable of doing that.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, pistols not going to be sufficing for x-kom. This will be a 3rd round. Mono even at least taking a second frag to make sure that at least some damage is done. But Yampy able to finish in a third round for SJ. Already starting off very well for this T side, but it comes down to this first gun round. If x-kom can get themselves stable, if they can put a round on the board, especially with weapons, it can bode well to be able to really offset the momentum of your opponents. Make sure you get a couple rounds on the board to just make it somewhat more competitive. But if all things considered, SJ should potentially be taking this gun round as well and carrying on the momentum of what they had in game number 1. And it is unfortunate for x-kom, of course, but SJ, again, like we said in game number 1, they're not going to shy away from a free win like this that can put themselves back in that Swiss system. And x-kom, it's especially with a Swiss system after losing that first game, lose this one, they're down to 0-2.
Yep.
They're battling for elimination, exactly.
Yep. That's the point. That's the scary thing. But I mean, I think this is Swiss system is probably one of the best besides GSL for me personally to enjoy and watch, because it gives a bit of a better storyline for all the teams. It's not only the fact that you have 3 chances to stay in the league and keep on going, but you have a chance to meet teams you perhaps otherwise wouldn't have. Maybe, you know, a team that otherwise would have scared you, or perhaps just simply put, if you consider this, you know, the teams that lose, you can win against. If you take a bit of a wider angle at all of this. Although, for the second, looks like it's going to be a B hit. SJ, as we digress from that point, it will be a full-on B hit. And there we go. Mono gets one. Unfortunately, Sadix is faster. Yampy for the second. If he catches the player jumping as well, that will be one more. And luckily, there's nobody going for that. Oh, he spots the head! Oh. That was close. And this time, off angle, Raver able to deny it. 2v2, KRN at 15. This should be around 2 x-kom, actually.
Should definitely be, especially now with, Kern down to very low HP. He doesn't have any utility. Raver has to be wise to this, and he will be. That is a good round for x-kom to take the retake, to find themselves the kills, get the bomb at defuse, and put a first on the board. Finally, some success that we can be happy about for that CT side. They will keep themselves at double AWP setup as well, so plenty of expensive rifles being put into the next round. Thing is, for SJ, at this point, they'll be looking to most likely go for maybe even a buy round. Zati can purchase, Kern can. The rest can get themselves AK. Kevlar might just be a little hard for Yampy, and he'll go down to a scout. So probably the right idea to go for that investment, knowing that especially that CT side is ripe for the take, and they can destroy their economy at the end of this round if they do find themselves a victory. So it is always worth to go for that kind of buy round, knowing what outcome is on the cards, especially with a successful one that could even grant you more rounds in the future. And Raver peeking wide already. It is only a scout, so nothing to be too worried about, but still, it's a deadly weapon in the hands of an AWPer already.
And the scary thought to consider, as you said, losing this round, it would be pretty much the same thing that happened on Mirage. x-kom won the first gun round, then lost, given it was in the 3rd round, not the 4th that they won, but it still was a round that they won right after, you know, just getting a little bit of loss bonus. So this will mean x-kom are currently at 1.4 loss bonus, so they can't receive more than $1.4K unless, you know, they lose one more in a row. So this is scary things happening, or more so scary to consider, as x-kom can be immediately put back to where they started, potentially even into a double eco, you know, maybe into a full reset in terms of, okay, down to 1.4, we have to rebuy, but Raver, he pushes forward, gets 2 kills, this is perfect. How does he get away with this, as SJ do not even respond with a single one? Finally, Zarty comes across with a kill, but it's a 4-2 and 30 seconds left. Certainly, things take a wild turn, and that is the round gone. It is x-kom that saves their hide. CT side train, certainly not easy to play, and x-kom, well, they're making the best out of it.
Definitely some great rounds to be put on the board here by x-kom. So much better than what we saw in the early stages of Mirage.
Yeah.
And already seeming to get themselves way more stabilized than what we saw in game 1, which is always great. SJ this time, they'll be down to an eco, so most likely x-kom to tie that scoreline up at 3-3. And again, a double AWP setup on that CT side. Plenty of rifles, a lot of utility defuse kits. It is all looking swell for x-kom so far. SJ have very little. A single flashbang to most likely aid their assist out toward that B bomb site. A plant would be the best scenario for them in this type of round, to be able to put money into that T side for the round coming up. But Stomp, he'll already find himself a first kill to spew out from tunnels. They might at least get one frag, and yes, they do. The plant might even be an opportunity as well here, which could be beautiful success, and that definitely is the case. You won't survive for much longer, but it is still beautiful money put into that T side. Get that bonus and be able to purchase. So 3-3, and x-kom putting another round on the board. 3 consecutive now. That CT economy starting to build. But SJ back into a buy, and with the success they've had on train, you should be expecting them to get right back into motion, offset the rounds that x-kom have put on the board, and potentially find themselves success.
Yeah, that's what you would expect, although I wouldn't say they're there yet. Although, certainly, the one thing we can say easily is the fact that x-kom, well, they're performing better than on Mirage. That's one thing to say. I mean, their CT side finally finding some success, finally finding some sort of storyline where they can follow together. Reva pushes deep into Ivy. This is a dangerous spot to play, but certainly can give you a good advantage as well as an upper hand of your opponent. I would not discount the CT side just yet, if we can say so, but they're going to have to really start messing with SJ and, you know, get into their heads, because SJ leading already with a single map. They're going to be feeling confident. They're going to be taking peaks that perhaps otherwise they might not always take, and they could surprise you with that. So this is vital that SJ, or more so x-kom, are able to prepare themselves for it and able to counteract it immediately. MHL close range. If he misses his shot or if he misses his timing, he's as good as gone. Flashbanged, and that's the kill. Arvid out already. And it's Yetka on site default stop on stop sign. It's going to be Yetka with a kill though. Stomp not even hitting a mark, and that's through man down before they even get into a defensive spot. Reva from behind. Sure enough, he gets himself pretty far in. But my god, what a close call. Truly.
Yeah, and Reva even battling to get inside that flank to try and find himself the frag. Sadix even puts one more on the board though, and Kern will shut down Reva. The round goes from bad to worse for x-kom, and a gun round already in reply by that SJ camp. You already know where Stomp the final man is, and again, 2 shots missed in that round from him. Vital shots that aren't being took, and x-kom, they will drop themselves a further round. SJ to put 4 on at the board, but still, the silver lining of the cloud for x-kom is that they have themselves a buy round. They gathered enough money off of those consecutive rounds to make sure that they're not down to an eco straight away. Again, keeping them competitive in this game. We'll see another double up setup. 2 AUGs, but still an MP9. Not many defuse kits, and even no Kevlar for MHL. A sincere lack of utility. And it shows that already, even after winning a round, SJ are stretching that economy to its max. Yampy already to start with the first frag, and it doesn't look good already for x-kom. Not a lot to put on the board, really, for the rest of this x-kom side.
Whew. Okay, Raver able to refrag. Again, this guy has seemingly waking up. He was missing quite a few vital shots on Mirage. This time it's looking a little bit renewed, a little bit better. And I'm happy to see him perform this way, because this perhaps gives hope to x-kom. Although Train is a map we always would say, you know, SJ are taking the upper hand in it. It is starting to kind of get through the cracks here, and x-kom are perhaps finding themselves a little bit of room where they can potentially start turning things into their own favor. But look at this, SJ. This is a full B hit. Oh, Stomp gonna be caught by Jumpy, and this is all eyes on Mono. He needs to get 2. Unfortunately, it is not meant to be. And well, with the loss of Mono, with the loss of the site, Reva brings it into a 2v2 second for Yetka. Okay. I was trying to make it a little bit more, you know, I guess you could say a bit more concerning, but Yampy somehow... What? Yampy? Okay.
Yetka.
Okay, Yetka somehow doesn't get the kill. Reva spots him though, and well, the accuracy will be there. This time he wins it, he's able to save it. And this guy, well, he's currently carrying x-kom to at least a tie score.
Yeah, unfortunately, wasn't able to pick up the AWP to carry over into the next round, which is unfortunate. Takes away that opportunity for x-kom, but still able to rebuy both teams back onto a purchase. And like you say, x-kom, seemingly Reva is full throttle alive at this point. Like you said, was not the strongest player in map number 1, but is definitely keeping x-kom saved here in game number 2. Yetka going for an early peek and not able to find too much as of yet. Reva going aggressive towards Ivy, something he's been looking to do in past rounds already, and is successfully doing so yet again. But this time, SJ realized how simple it was to get out onto that B bomb site to really try and test. And with Mono once again on an MP9, it's another weaker rifle that is not going to serve its full purpose as an AUG or M4 would. And as SJ line themselves up, a single man toward ramp, there is one lurking. But the majority grouped up inside of B halls, getting ready for this hit. They have plenty of utility to do so. And this should be quite successful as long as they take out that first line of defense in Mono, because Yedka, he has an MP9 in himself. This B bomb site is so weak right now that Mono, he's the only hope whatsoever. And as those two players run straight past, they have to check that first angle. This is so smart from Mono. They take out one, but Sadix trades the same for Stomp. Rotations are already here, and they do get traded back though. But Stomp able to reply as well. Molotov damage done, and Raver takes one more.
This is not yet done. Zarty, a 1-on-2 left. Stomp, he's coming in behind. Excuse me, Raver's coming in behind Stomp, delaying the, I guess you could say the defense. But at this point, I think Zarty's well aware. Yes, he is. He's already watching up. He knows one player has been lost. One of his own teammates has been lost to Raver. But, oh no! Okay, yeah, I thought Zarty was on the corner there. That would have been very weird to see. And Zarty, he might just die. Yeah, he will. Raver, again, clutches the round. This is his 13th kill, I believe. So, certainly starting to put x-kom back on the board. And this is already a better performance from x-kom if we take the whole of Mirage into account. This is what x-kom should have been doing in the first place, and it seems like Train perhaps might just become their map as well, although, you know, there's a long way to go. SJ, pistols and Kevlars left, as they have about 3k in the bank. They will have enough to buy utility, though, and I would like to see maybe a bit of an execute smokes onto a back 6 crossroads site, you know, get the plant down if you can, and you can also buy the AWP afterwards, but let's see how this one works out for them.
And especially with x-kom not having an AWP of their own, it does make that site take somewhat easier to breach the front lines, but still, it's going to be overall a very, very difficult endeavor. And I'm glad that SJ aren't fully committing just yet, making sure that they check the boundaries first. But even so, MHL already looking for a first man. And as they spot out maybe one or two, Yedka's trying to spam away. Sadix dropped down to 14. The only real piece of weaponry they have apart from that auto shot, the shotgun. A couple of pistols in the mix as well. Stomp is looking for more damage, not able to convert it into a frag, but with still plenty of time left. And SJ not really dedicating to the A site commit just yet, but now they are though. Looking for that first push, and MHL will deliver himself a first. Arvid shut down and still on the back of the bomb site, mowing them all entirely. Kern at least able to provide himself at least a first trade. Exarty looking for more, but Kern finds the only frag of the round so far. 45 seconds left. Yedka is tagged, but SJ shouldn't be getting too much more out of this round, and definitely not as MHL to finish 6-4, and so much better from x-kom.
Yes, it is. It is truly looking a lot more composed, and they're able to at least stop this kind of force buy, or excuse me, pistol buy, not really giving much of a chance to SJ, and therefore buying themselves opportunity as well as pretty much a one-way ticket to victory, because they need to win this map as fast as possible. Or I wouldn't say fast, just they need to win this, and they need to win it convincingly in order to break SJ, perhaps mentally, if nothing else. Arvid, though, this time he's going to push down B. They do lose one to Raver. He's in heaven, and he's going to be spotted. This time Sadix will be prepared, and Raver, no more clutches for him. He had been a stellar player up to this point, and now changes the tune as SJ is already on site, planting the bomb in the 1 minute 20 seconds into the round itself. And whew, what a way to kick off round 11, as SJ should be able to find victory after all in the end. Although, hold on.
Yedka takes out one. Bomb is planted and forcing out that time. Arvid, he dies as well. Luckily, Sadix, he's able to trade. Yedka looking for more though, and spots the man inside of heaven. Kern has to stay safe. The only man left on 100 points of health. Sadix is being forced out by Yedka, and that's a beautiful frag. The Molotov goes down, though, and that is perfect. As soon as he burns alive, no chance for defuse, and Kern, man of the hour as he clutches 6-5, and SJ keeping it competitive. MHL at least able to come out with an AWP, but apart from that, it is another round on that T side, and only one away from tying it up. Raver highlighted as the man that is really sort of carrying x-kom here. 4 opening kills, 14 frags overall. That is quite the success from him already.
Yeah, he's been the main man of the hour. I mean, he's the one that saved x-kom 3 rounds in a row almost. And without him at this point, probably would have been 8-3 or something of the like. In any case, it's Yampy taking Ivy control. This is a bit of an eco, so it's not really going to be much that x-kom can rely on. Though Raver, I think that's a... No, that's not a Zeus. Yeah, that's a Zeus. Okay. Somehow doesn't kill Yampy, actually. Karen is lost, but it should be ending pretty quickly. At least the round is. As x-kom are not going to be... Or at least shouldn't be standing for long.
And especially with 3 men left. Ooh, Yampy even on the back flanks. Yeah. Able to surprise MHL. This should be more of a simple cleanup than most. Yedka already... Ooh, Mono at least able to reply with 1. Yedka has been forced out by the molly. Able to reposition, though, quite successfully. And get himself an AWP. But x-kom, they're already wise that SJ are on the rotate. Mono will dip toward that B bomb site. But SJ should be there. Yeah, already are there. Before x-kom even have a chance to show presence on this bomb site. And as soon as Yedka gets himself in pop, though, it might just be safe to go and... just save the AWP right now. Give it SJ the round that ties it up. Go into the next and really have a buy in your hands. Oh, Mono, was he spotted there as he tried to slink away? I'm not sure whether he was. Zati missed that, I think. Still, it will be 6-6. They will save 2 rifles. So, again, not as SJ would like things to go, but it is still better than sacrificing some weapons of your own. And scores are yet again tied coming into the final rounds of this first half.
Money-wise, both teams are pretty depleted. They don't have much they can rely on. Luckily for x-kom, as you said, 2 rifles will bring a bit of rejuvenation into their own economy overall. Stomp needs to pick up the op, though. I think he really has to start shining brighter than ever if they want to win this map. 6-6. I mean, SJ, if they go up to 7-8 rounds, that's a extremely successful T-side train, and we gotta consider the fact, yes, sure, train is CT-sided, and it does favor the CTs in defending, but it is still a very hard map to play as the CT, as you have to deal with multiple angles, or more so, you have to deal with, pretty much so many different scenarios. You have to be prepared for pretty much every single one, and look at this, Yedka gets 1, but it's an immediate response from Yampy and Arvid, although luckily MHL able to keep it at a 3-on-3. There's Karen already out of crossroads towards Olaf. He's actually going to sneak onto Old Ladder. I like this. If he's able to get himself into a bit of a crossfire setup where he can hold the push towards site itself from Ivy and Old Train, this might actually work out for SJ. They can even plant with this. But it's still such a dangerous time for both teams, or maneuvers. Ooh, they will cover. Yeah, Mono, that's what I'm talking about. There's the free kill. Karen gonna wide up for Ivy. Oh, he even spots 1 more. And MHL.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's
smart. Yeah.
That's it. That's the round gone.
Currently controlling the entire round there from x-kom. No chance to maneuver whatsoever as soon as Kern's in that position, which is so strong to make sure that nothing could go in the favor of x-kom in that round. And yeah, the sole sort of defense of that entire round, taking it 7-6 to find themselves the lead yet again on this T side. Put them at least a round away from securing the first with minimal rounds required, and especially with x-kom now onto pistols, this does set themselves up for a potential 8-7 or even 9-6 if the final round does go in their favor. 3 pieces of Kevlar, 5 pistols upgraded, but not a lot in the form of utility to be able to challenge. Going solely on aim peaks. Yedka will find 1 and a second, though. And somehow, like you said, with no flash whatsoever, no aid to get them back in the round, they've come out with at least a frag and an advantage here. And Raver, he's looking for 1 down Ivy. This could start to really fall apart, but luckily Kern, again, taking his momentum from the previous round, carrying it over. And we'll find themselves at least a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much the round gone as well. They spot Mono. He shouldn't be standing for long. Okay, what? He somehow wins the duel against an AK. 22 HP left. And, oh, damn. Oh my god, that is so scary to watch. Zarty at 8 HP and Mono. He picks up the AK. Oh no, he gets Sadix. He's got 22 HP. Against 8 HP. Oh, this is a victory for Mono. Yes, it is. SJ, what have you been doing? What did you just do? Oh, Lord. That's a crucial mistake by Sadix. He lets himself be killed by Mono.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful round from Mono. That's everything that Mono would have needed. And right now, that is perfect. x-kom 7-7, tying it up and really starting to force SJ into answering questions that they should never be presented with here on Train. This should have been a map that was solid for them getting into game number 2. Oh, still though, Sadix, how does he mow down a double? Even checks the floor and wonders why there's 2 players stacked up. Stomp, he's missed a vital shot again.
Oh, no.
He is not having a good day, and a simple shutdown of round number 15 gives SJ an 8-7 going into half number 2.
I laugh because it's a Galil. If it were an AK, I would be like, okay, that's, you know, easy, but he gets a double with a Galil. That is just, oh wow. Anyway, 8-7, as you said, and it is very convincing for SJ. Things might look stable and pretty close, but I mean, this result is not exactly acceptable for x-kom. 8-7 should have been their storyline, should have been their result, and they should have been maybe even better in this case, perhaps at 10 rounds in. But if SJ pick up the pistol, if they start off their CT side as well as they did, or as well as they know how to untrain, what we've seen in the past from them, this is not going to look very good for x-kom. They have to get themselves immediately up to 9-10 rounds. Winning the first gun round is a no-brainer even. But in any case, we'll be right back, gentlemen, after a short commercial break.
LOOT.BET, made for live betting.
Welcome back, of course. My name's Over, and of course I'm here with Kieran. We're casting the LOOT.BET CS League Season 2, and this is Week 2. Both teams with the result of 0 and 1, basically losing one best of 3 last week. Now x-kom facing off SJ to see who's going to be the first one to go into an elimination best of 3, as they will be facing the music pretty soon. And look at this, the pistol round is live. It's going to be a bit of an Ivy play by x-kom. This might come back to fire them in the ass, as Zarty's already peeking out. Beautiful spray down by Raver, though, taps away, gets the kill even. MHL with the second. Looks like the pistol might actually turn on its head for SJ, and it surely does. Back to Sadix it goes, and that is too much to handle. That is too much to ask out of him, I think. A 1-on-5, make it an ace clutch, if you will. Now, he gets 1, but more than that is going to be denied, at least. Sadix picks up the molly even. But again, the pistol surely lost.
Definitely seems that way, and yep, x-kom, they'll take themselves an 8-8. Making sure that they keep themselves so heavily in this game right now. x-kom performing on map number 2 so greatly than I'd ever expect, considering the scenario they've been presented with. But so SJ will go into an eco, down into USPs, not a lot upgraded or invested, to be able to get themselves a buy round going into the next. But this is a chance for x-kom to take the lead, to put themselves back on top spot for now. And already a fast push out toward the A bomb site. MHL with a peek through. Pop Dog to try and assess himself, get himself onto front bomb train. Spam coming through though, and the first man to fall is Kern, shutting down that first player. More of a sacrifice though, as they've drawn the entire attention away from that B bomb site. A couple of rotations to come through, but x-kom are already there. And as that plant should go down eventually, this seems like it, even though started well for SJ, should be a lost round overall.
I mean, with the loss of B site, as well as the bomb already being planted, this should be where, okay, Raver dies. 3 players facing off, a 5-on-3. I will not discount SJ just yet. Time is still there to defuse this, so if they're able to catch on to Stomp, things could take a bit of a wild turn. But I believe in the fact that this should still be a victory for x-kom in all cases. Okay, Stomp gets shut down by Yampy. It's a good refrag by Yetka, second for him. And that, in the end, should actually be enough now. This indeed should be enough. That is 9-8, and well, it looks like things will take a bit of a better turn for x-kom at least. As I've said, the first gun round is now the vital piece of it all. That's coming up, and it's gonna be. It's gonna have to be a victory for them. It's as simple as that. They need to take this gun round, then I see hope for them in the second map.
That's it. Like right now, SJ, this first gun round, if lost, will invite so much potential from x-kom to be able to really start to run away with this second half. And with SJ, this being their better map, you'd expect them to be performing sort of as the same as they did on Mirage with the scenario, but right now not particularly happening. But like you said, a lot of importance riding on this first gun round. Even Zati down to a FAMAS, which is hardly the best kind of weapon to have in this such vital round, but still making do with what they can only afford. There is an AWP, luckily. But Yampy, no Kevlar, not a lot of utility. Pretty much the same for the entire SJ side. No defuse kit either, so it is such a minimal round. Flash is good from Zati, though. Forces out and spots info. That's all he has to do right now. Yeah, and that is perfect. He can back away, play safely. Beautiful nade usage. And right now, Kern, as he's holding that first line, he spots one. He shoots and fires. Stomp, he's dead as well. And MHL, he's not even looking for the refrag. He leaves his teammate dead to rights. And right now, Yampy, he finds himself one more. The final two men toward this A bomb site. Arvid looks to wrap through the Ivy Smoke. Raver and Mono both remaining. Might not expect another player to be in this kind of position. But with 25 seconds left, Sadic's already on the flank, and x-kom, they've fallen at such a vital hurdle. They drop the first gun round, and Arvid to finish. 9-9. That is unfortunate for x-kom.
What was really beautiful by SJ, by the way, is how well Zarty used his flashbangs. He had 2 flashbangs, and I believe he had a single smoke. And he deployed the smoke immediately, but then the 2 flashbangs were timed perfectly. The first one, he was allowed to peek, and 2 players on the left side were fully blinded out, whilst the guy that was kind of crouching, watching the cross, still realizing, okay, this guy, you know, he spotted me, and now I know. The second flash came at the perfect timing, because the smoke just deployed for the T's, and they were just about to push, but the flash hit everybody, fully blinded out for the next 3-4 seconds, giving just enough time to KRN to reposition, spot Ivy, and get 2 kills. And that was the crucial breaking point for x-kom. 9-9, and it is a pistol Kevlar buy coming out of the poles, and they will do another switcheroo going towards A perhaps yet again. They do have a single flash though, so I would expect them to just go for the explosion, or so just explode out towards A site, although they already use it or this early on, not even pushing it. A bit of a, I guess you could say, a bit of a surprise, but it is SJ that should be winning regardless of what x-kom attempt, at least from what we've seen up to this point. SJ have been a dangerous opposition, or more so, a dangerous opponent, regardless if they had rifles or not.
Yeah, and Arvid already able to find himself a first. Kern looking for more. This is, like you said, not the best way for x-kom to be setting up a pistol round. You'd expect them to be going fast, high volatile, try and really surprise SJ, but it's nothing of the sorts. Yampy, Kern able to deal with them so simply. More of a waste of a round than an opportunity for x-kom there, and that gives 10 to the CT side. This is vital now for x-kom. This is the time where they have to be able to put victory on the board. Not doing so allows SJ such a stance, such an advantage to be able to close out second map and, you know, just finish off this best of 3 entirely. But the importance for x-kom right now is huge. They have to be able to put this round on the board. They have to find it at least with, you know, 3, 4, 5 players kept alive. And SJ, they'll be wanting to deny that, but Stomp, he starts very well. AWP v AWP, and Stomp comes out on top this time. Into a 5 versus 4 so quickly in this round, and x-kom will begin to head down toward that B bomb site. Still, Mono keeping the attention of that CT side just a little bit further drawn towards the A site. But as that T side setting themselves up towards B most likely. Harvey quick to react, but can't land the shots. Mono tempting fate, but still passive right now for x-kom as they set up inside of those B holes.
I would like to point out, it's a little weird thing to see the upper peeking alone in upper. Usually you have somebody lower with a pop flash or a smoke or a Molotov that reacts as soon as you shoot. And I'm not sure if Sadix was there. I actually didn't spot that, but x-kom certainly used the advantage nicely in their favor, and they're going to be gearing up to hit B, and this is pretty much the greatest way to hit B, because first of all, they don't deploy a smoke, they don't give away their take, and look at this, Sadix is going to be caught mid-transition, or at least mid-defense, SJ with a man down or make it double, actually, they're going to be forced to save. There's no real retake they can attempt here. A 5-on-3 or 3-on-5 is now impossible to retake for B site. The angles are too tight. The positions are too many to check. And yeah, it's going to be 10-10. x-kom able to tie the score as SJ will be thrown into the pit. They have enough money to rebuy. If only they save the rifles, though. If they are able to keep those 3 rifles in their bags, they're able to rebuy easily. But my god, what a turnaround. x-kom certainly performing a lot better than that on Mirage. And I guess it's the other way around we would expect it initially. And we already said SJ should be winning this series. I mean, we both agreed on this before this even started. And Mirage was kind of a pointer in that direction. Train comes as a bit of a surprise, though, that x-kom are able to pull up this much of a fight.
Yeah, and especially with like 25% win rate across 12 maps, it's showing that maybe they're just riding on this puggy style of the stand-ins, of course, especially considering how much we've seen x-kom and how much we know that Oscarus drills them into a very, very tactical style of approach. You can definitely tell that this is not the style that they typically play. Like, heading out onto that B bomb site previous round, like, with no flash, no smoke, that would be never what we were seeing out of x-kom previous. But in this kind of scenario, embrace it. It's going to be a feature that your opponents are not going to expect. And right now, it's gotten them this close in map number 2 to be able to really contest and force SJ into a tough scenario. Lose this round, and x-kom will really put themselves in good position to be able to win second map, take it to Nuke. But still, Kern is battling hard, probably with one of the most standout players of this map so far. As he finds himself an opening frag, both Raver and MHL been dropped very, very minimal HP, but even so, with a minute 5 left on the clock, Sadix, the defender of this B bomb site. I'm glad that SJ are no longer just putting a single man on this B bomb site. That was how they lost the round previous. They've adjusted to that already. And with Yampy playing so aggressively with an AWP, a first peek inside of heaven could really open up an initial frag on this B bomb site. But it seems like x-kom are going to just chill out a little bit. They have still a lot of time to work with, so it is wise for them to sit back and wait, see what the tide brings with the last 40 seconds.
I think it's important to note that SJ, I guess you could say, they adjust completely and perfectly. They have all corners covered. With 3 guys on A, it's more than enough to make sure nobody can breach you. And with 25 seconds remaining, they're soon going to get a bit of an idea, okay, what's coming their way. Oh no, Raver! Ooh. Surely you don't go... What? Arvid, that's it. 2 kills, that's enough. It's only Mr. Mono and MHL left, and MHL comes out. He's at 2 HP, not really much of a chance of victory, and same goes for Mono. That was outrageous, though. Surely x-kom, you should have... I mean, that was... you could tell that was a last minute or last second decision because they all went into pop instead of going back towards main. And they would have lost way too much time if they would go towards main. But that was a bad decision. x-kom, you should have prepared for this earlier. You knew Mono was an Ivy. You didn't need to stay up a B for so long. You could have easily put the bomb back on towards main and then let 1 or 2 guys go through pop. So certainly, they need better communication. I think this is where the real, show of not having their own IGL and, obviously one more player is starting to tell. And, well, it's going to be a full investment by x-kom. And they've already missed the timing to catch the player going into Pop Dog, which could come back to really punish them. And we do see it's going to be an A split. SJ, they might not be ready for this, though. 3 players only. And Arvid gets 1. That's a good start. Pop flash. Oh! Okay, Zarty and Arvid.
Wow.
They're just splitting those kills. 12-10, and x-kom are on to an eco next.
They've only seen a single player in this round, but found 3 kills.
Yep.
Beautiful spam through the smoke, and Zati even to find 1 more. Sadix, he does get traded back, but at this point, they do not care. There's already Arvid, a little bit of whiff to adjust, but it doesn't matter as he shuts down the kill either way. 12-10, and this is the point where x-kom are now severely broken. This is the factor that they were hoping and praying didn't happen, but is definitely now in their faces. There is no money left on that T side. They can put a little bit of investment with pistols, but nothing too sort of breaking the bank kind of purchase. And right now, this should be a 13th for SJ. They can start to really build the barrier, and considerably as well, because x-kom, they'll really only have 1 more buy round and lose it. SJ are knocking on the door of a 14th and 15th round, and that is really where it starts to punish x-kom, especially when they battled so valiantly in this second map, way more than I ever expected coming out of a result on Mirage.
Absolutely. I mean, It's a surprising amount of resistance being shown by x-kom, and this time they might actually get the plant as well. Sadix is alone on site. If he's shut down, if they pick up the AUG, things could change for the better. Sadix gets one at least, but the bomb plant still goes down. Yampy doesn't check his corner. Oh, Yampy, what are you doing? Why would you run with a pistol when you know they're already on site? It's just so dangerous. Luckily, it is Arvid to find two, but damn, that was a close call. And now Mono's already been read almost, so they've already found out where he was and where he is, and that is the round gone. 13-10. At least the plant down, another kill. A lot of damage to the economy of SJ. But yeah, I mean, this is it. It is the last curtain, or more so the curtain closing. x-kom, they're gonna have to bring everything on the table. They have a full buy, I believe. Yes, they should have a full buy. They've got 2k in the bank with the bomb plant, another 800 plus the loss bonus, I believe, at 1. Excuse me, not with 1.9, but 2.4 or 2.9. I'm not sure exactly, but this is where they will be given an opportunity to turn this back, to win this round and go on to nuke. And we do see that there's a lot of economy on in the hands of x-kom. And up on Stomp as well. Oh, Yampy, look at this aggressiveness through Ivy. Gets blinded out though, pulls back. Does he re-peek? What a close call.
Stomp again trying to go for those sort of peaks that will provide entries for his team. He's not been the most sort of accurate player in this series, but again, players have their off days, and with the scenario that x-kom have been faced with, you can hardly blame them. But again, it is do or die time for the T side at this point. Lose this round, and SJ will be valiantly skipping toward a 15th and potentially 16th round before x-kom have a chance to really prevent this. And Arvid, playing so close to Pop Dog. This is dangerous. Raver is the man trying to oppose, and as he backs off here, trying to keep himself safe. Kern playing an angle that I don't think they've utilized as of yet in this game. Zati even looking for an early peek, but oh, Mono, he's the man to come away with the first kill. Arvid playing very, very wide open, just behind Electric, but as soon as a peek was made toward the upper ladder, he was spotted out instantly. A first kill already to that T side, and make it a second. This is good right now. Zati peeks and dies as well, and this is looking great for x-kom now. This could be the chance to allow them back into the game, and already a 5-on-2. Make that 4-on-2. Is Yampy able to at least provide one more frag? Raver looking for the trade. 25 seconds left, though, and you can't be peeking too aggressively. Raver doesn't sort of bow to that, though, and it's a simple cleanup either way. 13-11, and that's a beautiful round from x-kom, especially with 4 players kept alive.
Oh, yes, it is. It gives enough room to x-kom to establish a little bit of economy, as well as scare SJ perhaps a bit. And we could tell that SJ actually didn't call out how they were covering mid, because that one guy that went on to train should have been spotted way sooner before he even got into that position. The player in heaven should be the one spotting him, or at least checking that corner. Arvid, though, this time trying to get into Ivy, or excuse me, not Ivy Pop, but he's going to be denied. Stomp to get the kill, although KRN spots one. It's Yampy with the second, and things are looking a little bit better all of a sudden for SJ. As they find 2 kills, they're going to find one more. KRN sprays through. He's got 25 bullets in the magazine. Easy spray, easy kill. And it is now down to Mono and Stomp, and this could be a deadly blow, because not only it puts the economy back into place, or more so back in favor of SJ, but also puts SJ on 14, potentially 15 right after. Stomp, a 1-on-4, 1 minute left. He's got enough time to pick up the bomb on mid, but not really, I mean, not really much of an option besides just hope for a save, I guess. He's got 2.9k, so he can drop an AK if need be, as Raver certainly will need one drop. But I mean, this is scary to consider. I mean, 40 seconds to save against 4 players, gonna be 9 possible.
And that's the thing, he either tries to guarantee a couple of kills or just gets hunted down either way, so it's either outcome is not looking good for that final save. And 14-11, like you said, there is that sort of repurchase opportunity available, but at this point, it seems like the boat has already sailed out of the harbor. It's heading for the
mainland.
Yeah, exactly. It's about to dock, and it seems like SJ, they'll be the ones that board off first. At this point, Yampy is already aggressing, looking for that initial kill. You can tell that SJ are now fired up when they sort of go from their passive state of a CT side to really looking for those initial frags. And with Sadix playing aggro as well, he'll try and do the same. But SJ play reserved as ever, try and keep themselves safe, because some good grenade damage done early, though. MHL dropped down to 67, and this is already seeming like some decent damage done. x-kom have a sort of disappointing amount of utility. A couple of smokes, a flash, and a Molotov. It represents entirely what their buy round is in this round. And here, Exarty looking for even damage down toward that Ivy smoke. So with plenty of time, there is a chance for x-kom to breach the sites, try and find themselves a little piece of info, a first frag, or potentially even more. But right now, SJ, they're holding, they're ready for this.
Yes, they are. I mean, they are not going to let go of anything unless x-kom are able to, you know, get 1 or 2 entries immediately, force out rotations. But SJ, they're just too well prepared for this, I think. Karen, he makes sounds in Olaf, so I think he's trying to bait a spot perhaps from x-kom. But with 35 seconds and ticking, time is running out, and they're gonna have to make their move now. 3 players from Ivy. This could work, actually. Oh, excuse me, 2 players from Ivy, not 3. Zarty, what a shot, what a spray down. He gets 1. Karen with the second, sprays Yetka as well, damages him enough to get Zarty 2 kills. That's it. It's all eyes on Stomp. No Kevlar as well. It's a glass cannon that's gonna break, that's gonna shatter, and absolutely end the storyline of x-kom. This is it. 0 and 2 is coming up for them. They're being served, and SJ is the one to give them their penance. And, well, unfortunately for x-kom, with 2 seconds left, they're going to lose him after timeout as well. Oh, man. I think it was just in the nick of seconds.
It was just in time, yeah.
No, it was not in time. Stomp 0 money.
Oh, my God, it wasn't.
Oh. This is
it just gets it just goes from bad to worse.
Yeah, it does. It's I don't know how to say this, but unless x-kom can do some magical things with a single smoke and a few flashbangs, I think it's safe to say SJ got us.
Definitely seems that way, and with a potential victory on the cards in this next coming round, 3 pistols, a single Galil, and a scout. It looks bleak, and it definitely is. Arvid might get caught out, though, and that's a first kill. Sadix is luckily there for the trade. Kern!
What?
Oh my God, do these guys not have headphones? They take out 2 simple frags. Zarty, that is the game finished. He closes down to 16-11. And SJ ride out 2-0 winners in